Hey student, watch this video and learn how to combine listening and speaking in your study routine. Yes, if you don't know me very well, I am teacher Prix, and here on my channel I help pre-intermediate students to go from stuck to speaking in 6 months. But I forgot what I always say. I'm teacher Prix, and I'm going to help you talk to anyone, anywhere, anytime in English. Make sure to subscribe to my channel because, as I said, here I help pre-intermediate and intermediate students. Every week there are new lessons to help you become a better and more confident English speaker. If you have already subscribed, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Make sure to hit the like button and share this lesson with a friend, because that way you are helping me, Priscilla, continue my work, okay? Now, guys, continue here. Let's continue, how to combine listening and speaking in your study routine, especially if you're alone. If you're alone, you need help, and here I am to give you some support. And as I said, guys, pre-intermediate and intermediate students are the ones I help. And why? This is a transition level, and if you don't have the right practice, if you don't follow the right strategies, you will be stuck, not for a month, not for a week, but for years. So I want you to change that. And what I want to get your attention to is the way you study English. So as you can see here on the screen, there is a circle. There's a circle. And I call this circle the virtuous circle of fluency. And to help you understand how to combine speaking and listening, I will talk a lot about this circle, okay? And here, if you pay attention to the circle, it's basically what I do with my babies. With my students in my academy, my online program, they have all the supporting skills and activities to help them speak and consequently understand native and non-native speakers. So we focus on communication while working on all the English skills. I have been helping people from all over the world, and in my academy we currently have more than 500 active students. So I'm very, very happy to be taking care of my babies, my international babies. But here we go, the virtuous circle of fluency. I want you to think of your English fluency as one circle, okay? I don't have a circle here to exemplify, but as you can see on the screen, I imagine that your focal point is speaking. You want to talk to anyone, anywhere, anytime in English, and I am here to show you the way. And it's all right. It's a good goal, speak, understand. But look at the circle. The circle, what I like about the circle is there is no beginning or end. It continues. You don't see the point where it ends or the point where it starts. And that's what I want you to think of whenever you sit down to study English. Whenever I'm going to study English today. How can I implement the virtuous circle of fluency? The same way I do with my babies, and I will give you recommendation. If you follow these strategies today, you will practice. You will have about a 35-minute practice for you to do after this lesson with the recommendation I give, okay? Even if you are alone, that's my intention here, to help you students who are alone, who are not my babies from my academy. I'm giving you ideas. You decide what to do with them. Okay, so here we have pronunciation, we have vocabulary, listening, grammar, reading and writing, and all connected with English speaking. So you're not wrong when you think, I need to speak. You're not wrong. Of course, everybody wants that. Understand movies and speak. That's basically what people understand. People, not just movies, but understand and talk. That's basically what most people desire. But to get that, to achieve that goal, you will need to intentionally work on the supporting skills. So there's no such thing as, you don't need to read, you just need to listen. That's bullshit. Or, just study vocabulary. That's bullshit. I don't need grammar because babies don't study grammar. Bullshit. Especially because you're not an infant anymore. And when I call my students babies, it's just a nickname. I just feel extreme love for my students, but that's all. They're not babies. They are adults, and I treat them like adults, okay? Now, that being said, You have to fix your study routine. The first thing we're going to eliminate, and I'll be giving you a step-by-step, a 3-step process with an activity recommendation. So stay with me until the end so that you can, well, do the activity, understand what you need to do. So guys, the first thing you're going to eliminate is quietly studying. You're studying quietly. No, that's not going to work. If you want to combine listening and speaking, you will need to stop right now. Thank you very much. Get your notebook, pen, and write. Stop. Eliminate distractions, okay? Maybe you live in a noisy neighborhood like I do. What I'm saying is, don't do other things. You will stop and study and do the active work. And quietly, what do I mean by quietly? If you want to improve your English speaking, you cannot just be like, no, you have to speak. But teacher, I'm alone. Yes, I understand. The same happened to me. When I was a beginner, I was alone too. So I understand your position. But speaking is a skill. I must use it. Rub your hands and repeat after me. Speaking is a skill I must use. Okay? Speaking is a skill I must use. Okay? So I always tell my students that. So there is a place and time for quietly studying. And it's not in this recommendation I'm going to give. That's why I recommend you get into a room, your bedroom, or study and focus, okay? Now, for this activity, we are going to use a TV show. I am going to leave the link after the video is over. I will leave a link in the description of this video so that you can follow my recommendations. Test, see for yourself. Okay? Of course, with my students from my academy, I guide them and I do things with them, connected with the video. But here, you will have to do that part alone. But I'll give you all the instructions, okay? So as I said, if you want to speak English, you have to fix your study routine. And we are going to use this 5-minute scene from the TV show Friends. And here, you can work on both your listening comprehension and speaking. You can include more skills like writing, vocabulary, grammar. There's so many things you can do with a 5-minute video. But for the purpose of this video, I will focus on listening and speaking because that's my recommendation of the day, okay? Now, before I give you the step-by-step process, make sure to hit the like button. Subscribe to my channel, help this channel grow. And if you're interested, I have an amazing study plan that will help you combine all the English skills that will show you how to do that, in your everyday practice. This study plan is the one for you. And Listening Mastery Workshop. It's an amazing workshop where I show people, my students, how the best practices, the 5 best practices they need to implement to understand people in English. But here we go. Step 1. We're going to use this video, okay? So here, first we're going to focus on comprehension. And for this video, I want you to watch a few times. 3 times, that would be good. 3 times minimum. Oh, teacher, is there a maximum? For comprehension, I usually recommend a maximum of 3. If you're testing comprehension, maximum of 3 times. After that, you're not testing comprehension anymore. You're trying to understand something else, but it's not a comprehension practice. 3 times, test yourself, and that's it. And here, for the purpose of this video, they have subtitles, automatic subtitles. So you're going to alternate. Subtitles on, subtitles off. So watch once with subtitles on, then no subtitles, then subtitles again. And maybe one more time, no subtitles. So maybe 4 times. It's a long video. It's a 5-minute video. So you can listen 3 to 4 times for comprehension. And while you watch this video, you're going to take notes. Okay? The video I picked is the one where Ross gets his teeth whitened. It is very good. It's a 5-minute conversation, a lot of information in the scene. It is good, really good to work on comprehension. And guys, BSA, my babies, pay attention if you're watching. I know many students watch my babies from my academy. I will use this video in our next group conversation class. So it's next week, next Tuesday. We're going to work on this together, okay? So stay tuned. It's gonna be awesome. So get ready, okay? But anyway, and if you're alone, if you're not my baby, you're not in my academy, you're going to watch this video, subtitles on, subtitles off, and you will focus on comprehension questions. What are comprehension questions? In this case, if you don't have a teacher, if you're not in a program like my academy, you will need to do this alone. I did this alone. That's why I know it's possible to do it alone. You will focus on what, where, who, why, which, what kind. These are things you need to start answering as you watch the video. Who are they talking to? Where are they? Who are they? What is happening? What's the context? Do they have any plans? Do they have any problems? What are the problems? What is the solution? What happens in the end? Is there any crisis in the video? These are comprehension questions. And you will need to ask yourself those questions if you want to do this practice correctly. So in this first step, of course that here I'm not including the step 0, find a video. Okay, here I'm giving you a recommendation and I will post the link at the end. But when you're studying alone, you will need to do this again with another video, maybe another short interview, maybe a short podcast, maybe a short movie scene, maybe a tutorial video. You can do this with any audio material. And you will do the same process. You will ask where, what, who, why, crisis, situation, solution, opinion, a device. So these are the what things, okay? These are the pieces of information that will test your comprehension. So that's step 1. Step 2, my teacher, I watched the video. What can I do? Well, here is where you're going to add speaking. So you watch the video 3 times. I recommend you take notes. Even though this is not a writing exercise, you can do it. You can do a writing exercise too. Before you practice your English speaking, you can write everything you understood, the what, the where, the who, the why, you name it. But my focus is on listening and speaking. So here you decide. If you have more time, write. If you don't have as much time, focus on speaking. And get your phone. You will need to record yourself. So you watch it 3 times. Now you will practice describing what you saw, what you understood. So now it's time to talk about the comprehension questions. So describe the video. Who's talking? What are they talking about? What's the problem? What happens during the date? What happens in the end? These are comprehension questions you can answer orally. So, wow, you have a listening and speaking practice already. And using a TV show, which I imagine you want to understand. Every day I get emails and messages from people from all over the world telling me how much they desire this. Teacher, I want to understand movies and TV shows. And believe me, if you do this, you will. I have many messages and testimonials from my students who can now understand movies, TV shows, native speakers, TV news, because they followed my method. So the same can happen to you. Follow this recommendation, okay? So that is step 2. You will orally record yourself, of course, and describe all the comprehension questions I suggested. And these comprehension questions are universal. You will always ask them. You're watching a tutorial. Who are they talking to? Who is talking? Who is speaking? Who are they talking to? What's happening in the tutorial? What's he teaching? Where is he? Is there a problem? Is there a situation? What's the solution? What are the recommendations? These are universal questions you ask to test your comprehension after watching a video on the internet, okay? Now, step 3. Your speaking practice does not stop there. So I showed you the comprehension questions, and this is usually where people stop, especially if they are alone, especially if they don't have a teacher, especially if they don't have a program like mine, if they don't follow a program like mine. Anyway, you will do the work, okay? You will need to do the work. And with my students from my academy, I teach the same thing. You want to have results, you have to do the work. But anyway, step 3. Your speaking practice does not stop here. And this is where it shouldn't stop. And then they don't improve. And they're like, oh, there's a problem with me. My speaking doesn't get better. Follow the practice. Follow the recommendations. We focus on the comprehension questions. Now we got to focus on discussion, on conversation. In this video, for example, the video focuses on a bad dental procedure, teeth whitening. So the focus is teeth whitening. They're talking about this. I'm already giving you a spoiler. So there's something about teeth whitening. So can you talk about it? Have you ever done one? Share your opinion. How do you feel about teeth whitening? Do you think it's a good idea? Do you like your teeth? Your smile? How often do you go to the dentist? What would you do if you were in his shoes? Because if something is going to happen to Ross, what would you do if this happened to you? If you were Ross in this situation? This is what is going to make you fluent. Not just sitting quietly watching my video and doing nothing. While you're sitting quietly on the bus and just listening and expecting to improve. This is active work. Here on my channel, I help pre-intermediate and intermediate students to go from stuck to speaking with active work. Okay? So this is the moment for you to take your speaking to the next level. You're not just going to answer what and where questions. Now you're going to use your critical thinking. Analyze the subject, bring to your life, well, white teething, I would like to do it, but I am afraid. I already like my smile, but I don't feel so comfortable having this procedure. But at the same time, I'm really inclined to doing it, to giving it a go. Now I'm speaking about it, okay? That's what you need to start doing. And you can do this every week with simple videos. It doesn't have to be a TV show. It can be a piece of news. Okay, anything. You can use pretty much anything. Now, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Oh, and hey, let's see here. I think I forgot to mention something. You will do this practice. You will repeat it at least 3 times. You should need at least 30 minutes. 30 to 40 minutes. It depends on how fast or how slow you are. Okay, so 30 to 40 minutes to do this complete practice. So with my students in the academy, I recommend 45 minutes to 1 hour and a half. So you would be doing this activity in 30 to 40 minutes, maybe 45 minutes. You're good to go. Have a good day. Enjoy life. If you follow the recommendations, I'm sure you will get better. And now, if you want more, my study plan is definitely the one for you because I basically follow this idea and I give you more instructions on how to organize your study routine efficiently. If you enjoyed this video, the biggest thing you can do for me is to share. The more you share this information with someone, on the internet, social media, the more you help my channel, but not just me, you're helping other people the same way. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.